Welcome everybody to another play series, and this time we are doing Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons, which was actually, I believe, an indie-based game which got some commercial support and everything. So this is an interesting playthrough. I have already played through the game once. It was a while back, actually. The beginning of 2017. So this is coming up upon the end of 2017, 2018. So it's been almost a full year since I've played this. So there's a lot of things I'm not entirely sure about, if I can recall a lot of the things about the game. But what the basic premise is that you control two brothers, and of these two brothers, one is smaller, one is larger, and each one has specific aspects to them, be it physique, weight, the things they can do based on their height and strength. You know, each one has different skill sets, and you have to use both of them to proceed through the game. And it's the control scheme is really weird in that you can control both at the same time. You can control the one boy with one stick or set of keys, and you can control the older boy with the other control stick or set of keys. And by using them together and kind of making sure that your mind is figuring out which hand goes to which boy, which son, you can get through the levels and solve the puzzles. So it's not an exceptionally hard game. It's a fun, casual game to play that you can pretty much beat within an afternoon sitting. So moving ahead, we see the younger son, apparently mourning for a family member of a sort. We don't know yet. Now, as for possible challenges in this game, I don't remember it being too hard, but I do remember I did die quite a lot in this game, so I'm going to actually make myself a very stiff challenge. 5 deaths or less. 5. If I go past 5 deaths and I hit my 6th death, or game over, I'm done. My challenge is bust. Ah, yes. So this young boy had a very terrible experience with his mother while out on the water, and he could not save her. She drowned. And so he's probably carried this guilt as if only I were stronger, if only I were bigger, I could have saved her. So he's carrying around a lot of this shame and guilt as he's grown older. And it also affects him and some of the skills he's not able to do, like he can't swim, because he's afraid of the water because of this event. And there's a little bit of mysticism involved here. A little bit of spirituality.
Da!
Oh, and Da is another word for father. And so we lost the mother, and now it looks like we might be losing the father too. Because he looks like he is very ill, very sick. And this is your first instance of controlling both boys at once here. And the game, thankfully, shows you the path which to take. So it's like, you need to get all the way down here. And you need to get up to that building there. So through camera movement, it kind of gives you an idea of what you need to do first off. So, little brother, big brother. Those are the buttons you need to do to hold and... Yes, thank you. And carry the cart. And then holding those buttons, as you can see, I'm holding them. At the same time, you move with the move keys. So, it's a little bit of getting your left brain to work with the right brain as you're trying to manipulate both boys at the same time. And this actually gets a little more difficult as the game progresses, as it requires you to do more and more complex things with each boy at the same time. So right now the game's kind of breaking you in a little easy. It's not going to want to overload you too much with controlling both boys simultaneously. So, nice, long, winding path to kind of give you used to the controls to make sure you kind of get an idea of what you'll be doing for the remainder of the game. And here is your first puzzle, if you will, getting across the chasm. You need the bigger boy because the smaller boy does not have the strength, to hit that switch. You could try, but the boy ain't going to be able to push that switch down. And now we got to press the carry buttons and continue on our way. Oops. My bad. Gotta back up and kind of work her. This is where the play control gets a little wonky. There we go. Now, this is where you need both boys. I'm still remembering how to do this. Okay, so you got to do a little alley-oop from the big boy to have the bigger boy go up there and crank the wheel. Now, does this make sense in a logical perspective in an actual village? Probably not. This doesn't make much sense at all. And just now the healer notices us. It's like, oh yeah, I've been watching you come down that hill and try and make your way up the platforms, and I totally didn't want to help you then. I could have totally helped you cranking that platform up, but yeah. He's lazy, negligent. There's nothing he can do, apparently. And I thought there'd be subtitles so I could understand what these characters were talking, how what they were saying. There is no subtitles. You just kind of have to get an idea of what is happening based on their actions, gestures, and voice tones. So he's saying you need this from this tree. It's somewhere way far away and dangerous. And the little boy's like, we can totally do this, man. We got this. So they're going to just leave the dad in the care of the healer. They're going to go about their merry way and head out of the village. So you're not really given much direction, really. So pretty much you got to figure out your way through the levels at this point onward. The game doesn't really give you too many hints. Oh yeah, and you get to meet this punk. He doesn't want to let you pass. Because he's an a-hole, that's why. He's the bully. So we're going to have to find another way around. Yep, this is where his fear of water comes into play. So pretty much if you hold on to his back, he'll be able to swim through just fine. So you got to have the big boy get in first, and then have the little boy hold on to him. So you got to move. You can move the big boy by himself, but then once you hold on, you got to hold the hold button with the little boy, or he's going to fall off and drown. So you got to focus on two things at once right now. So I know these boys, these two brothers, have a name, but I can't remember what their names are. So Oh yeah, and the big jerk over there, he shut the gate, so he's just like, yeah, whatever. You can't get in the village, but that's fine. We have other ways we can get around inside the village. You can go up and over the wall. So all these skills that we're using now to get into the village, we will be using later on. So back to the names. The little boy, the young brother, looks like a Toby to me. And the older brother, we'll just call him Maguire. So Toby and Maguire. And this is where you can rotate the camera. If you really want to, you can sit down. There's little specific benches where you can sit down and just admire the view. There's really no point to sitting at these benches other than to reorient the camera and just enjoy the beauty that the game developers provided us with. Because this game can get extremely gorgeous, especially at high settings. Come on, Toby. What the heck you doing?
Hey, Nai!
Yeah, the Nai is the name of the young boy. Forgot the name of the old boy, but I'm going to call him Toby and Maguire for the remainder of this playthrough. Oh, look, there's that jerk again. He's trying to make sure we don't get into the village. Trying to thwart us at every turn. That's okay. He's about to get his comeuppance. So the little boy gets through the small bars of the gate because the big boy can't. And releases the dog! You go get him, little doggy. Bite his feet! And now we're in the village proper. Chased you through, buddy. Can't really go further that way. Wonder what's going on there. Did he get locked out of his house? So another place where you can just sit and enjoy the view of the waterfall going out to the ocean. Maybe a house all the way out on the cliff there. That's nice. And depending on which boy which boy you use, different things happen. Like the older boy would have done something rather different. We weren't very nice, were we? So from here on out, that was the tutorial level. We're moving on to the first level proper in the next video. See y'all then.